I
All
won't
right.
slurp out of the cup.
Goddamn, Trevor.
That's my own look.
All right, I took the deep breath and everything. I was ready to go, and then you had to just like take the pin to the balloon, just pop. Anyways, welcome to the official NC Smash 4 podcast. And I'm your host, Lazy Boredom, also known as Jared. And today we also have Darrow.
Just call me Robert, but how's it going tonight?
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
ugly.
NCJ Kid, actually just J Kid.
You can call me Javi, but yes.
Javi, yeah,
I'm the
Javier.
sassy one.
The Cheese.
That's right, baby. It's the cheese up in here. Make sure you buy my mixtape dropping on July 7th. It already dropped, but that's okay. You can order it on back order. www.thecheesessb.com/special order. Nah, it's not a real thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. His real name is Trevor, by the way. We'll probably refer to him as that most likely, but the Cheese is fun too. And finally, we have our audio engineer, also somewhat commentator, Scrappy.
Who's Craig?
It's your boy.
That's the recording software. Also interrupting Scrappy's intro.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Good job.
It's your boy, Scrappy Sensei, the wolf of NC, the best there ever is, was, and will be.
And also the Bears.
Oh man, what's on the chopping block today?
All right, so we're just going to start with general. Well, we're going to obviously talk about Smash Ultimate just right off the bat. Everybody's feelings towards the game.
A good old Smitch.
The good old
Yes,
smush.
Much, whatever you want to
We're calling
whatever
it
you want to
smush.
call it to get slapped by everybody else that doesn't want to call it that.
Yo, so I'll go ahead and say this off the bat. This game looks so far to be the most balanced Smash game ever. I've watched a lot of videos of it, and I've talked to a lot of the the people I trust. Like, you know, Soul did a comprehensive video on like Little Mac, and he got his hands on it as CEO. And that was one of the things he said. It was like, yeah, Little Mac, I hate to polarize this, but Little Mac is not going to be our top tier. But he said all the other characters were so close to each other that it looked like you could win a tournament with anybody. And that blew my mind. Because if you look back at Melee, 20XX now is like, if you don't play Fox, Marth, who's another one?
Puff.
Fox,
Puff,
Marsh,
yeah.
Jig,
If you
Falco.
don't play those like 6-7 characters, you are not going to win a tournament. Brawl, bro, if you don't play Meta Knight, you might as well not even play the game. Smash 4, Bayo, Cloud, Diddy, when Zero was a big thing. So I'm really excited actually about it. And, you know, it looks like a lot of the functioning like parts of the game has been finally steered to the competitive scene. And Nintendo has actually looked like they have been, you know, kind of catering to us now, which is blew my mind too. When like, you know, it kind of looks like they're actually getting on board with this, which it took them like 10 years too late.
Yeah.
I will
It's very
say,
late.
as a D2D misogynist, I can guarantee you that he's still going to be garbage.
I mean, yeah. Here's the thing, though. Like, he may be bad, but the what I'm saying is the way the game plays is you can still make it work. So, like, you can this game, the way it looks like, it basically looks like you get rewarded for aggression, which is something that we're not used to because, you know, we're used to the camping game. That was a big thing in 2015, 2016. Even now, I'd say like camping is kind of like, it's not as much as it used to be, but it's still like a big part of the game.
Right.
I
So-
feel like a lot of it's just the fact that the game is so young though, right? Like we can say the character roster seems balanced, but we haven't really gotten our hands fully on it. Like we've played a lot of it, like for what we have. Like, you know, it was at CEO, people were like lining up 2 hours to play it. It was at Nintendo,
Yeah,
literally.
It was a very long line.
That sounds crazy. You know,
I feel
but-
like it's
yeah, go
like
ahead, Lazy.
okay. I feel like it's in Smash 4. Like people were saying that about Smash 4 too. Like before, like the period of time between Diddy's nerf and the reign of Sheik and the
Oh, yeah.
addition of like the I
The
think
hoo-ha.
after Ryu too.
Yeah.
I feel like people are saying that about Smash 4 too. So I definitely feels like we could get the game, and also, like I said, it's the beta. We could get the game, and it could be completely different.
So here's here's where I'm gonna kind of steer away from you guys and say that I think it's gonna be balanced. Is because was Nintendo worried about the competitive scene in Smash 4?
I mean, if
Somewhat,
you look
towards
at the
the end.
patches, yeah, definitely.
I don't think as much as they are in this game.
Yeah,
Maybe,
no.
maybe like I don't think at the beginning they were worried. I think it was like 2016, like some mid 2016, probably like May 2016. They were like, okay, maybe we start looking at this. And then finally, when they started making Smash Ultimate, they're like, all right, so this is a big money sink for us because, bro, how many kids you think have seen their favorite player play Smash and they're like, I'm gonna go buy this game now, or I'm gonna get into this scene, dude. Nintendo has made so much money off of me just because of Smash.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of
because
like Fortnite to some degree. I mean,
exactly, because
bring
I would,
Fortnite into this, but
bro,
like,
if Smash wasn't gonna come out on the Switch, I wasn't gonna get a Switch. To be honest.
yeah,
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
same thing
I
with
have a
the
Wii
Wii U.
U solely for Smash 4.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I feel
Yeah.
like the Switch had a little bit more longevity, like behind it, like the fact that it's like so portable and like has actual other games. Like compare that to the Wii U. Like
Mhm.
literally, my Wii U is literally it lives in a bag in my car. I bring it out to tournaments. That's all it's pretty much ever done. It played Breath of the Wild, like, and that's it.
Yeah, my Wii U hasn't been turned on in like a year.
Dang.
I mean, honestly, we're going to wait and see. But in my opinion, it looks like Nintendo is really buckling down. But here's a caveat to that: we got to be careful who they listen to, because
Yeah,
if we give them those, you guys know that whole top player opinion thing, where
yeah.
Don't
they
even-
have awful opinions, bro. Like
Mm.
we could end up with another Smash 4 on our hands, honestly. So
Like Hoo-Ha Diddy being okay.
yeah, that was fine. Diet 90 from a banana, confirm. Yeah. Don't get hit by the banana, guys. Gosh.
Diet frame 3 up air center stage at like 70
Ugh.
on Town City.
God. Why?
Well,
I think a lot of it is though, like for the balancing, it's just knowing where to balance and like not even listening to the community, because when you listen to a top player, like I don't want to say their opinions are like inherently biased, but like you have to realize they're looking at it from the scope of actually competing. Like,
Yeah.
Again, so it's very different like than seeing it like, man, Diddy's frame 3 up air is dumb, but it's like, oh well, of course it's dumb. But
Yeah.
someone like Zero is not going to be like, hey, let me tell you what the good thing about my character is, and so you can remove it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
kind of true, because if they were like, if like everybody was complaining about Little Max KO Punch killing at 17, you've never heard me say that. You've never heard me being like, I don't know if my KO Punch would kill that early, because
Yeah.
I love that thing. That's my favorite move in the game.
See,
So
My apprehension about their balancing skills has been just looking at the patches for Smash 4. Let's see, like Little Mac's like one of the prime examples. Me and the G/Trevor both play Little Mac. I'm Lazy Boredom. I think I said that. One of the better Little Macs. Anyways, if you look at us, and I've played the game since the original 3DS patch. If you look at the changes they did for Little Mac,
yeah.
they don't match up with any of the things that people were complaining about.
So
And
he
the only
had,
reason why they even nerfed him to begin with, in my opinion, is because people were complaining about him. Because
Mhm.
they literally stated at one point that Little Mac had the lowest win rate on For Glory, and literally this next patch they nerfed him, and they nerfed his side B, which is his recovery. And I think the same patch they like buffed his KO punch, his smash attacks, and everything else that people were complaining about.
So they did the opposite.
They did the same they did DDD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, don't remind me.
I
Well, at
think
least Little Mac got buffed up. DDD just got destroyed.
Yeah, DDD got the hands, bro. But
nerf wise, like DDD didn't get, like the only change DDD had was his airspeed. Like Gordo's got nerfed, and then his airspeed got nerfed again. Like I don't know why, but
It's like that old meme. It's like, oh, people are complaining about Diddy. Better nerf Greninja.
yeah, better Nerf Greninja.
that's one of my favorite memes. Ugh.
Oh God. So what? Who won sound Smash of Sounds today?
The buzz.
The Buzz. Oh, who got second then?
Abadongo.
Abadongo.
Oh my God, really? Who showed up?
We're not FGC yet.
Who? Shut up.
I
Who showed
tell
up?
you,
The
I-
Tweak and like all them show up, or was it just those?
I think it was like
Nairo was,
Light was
Nairo was
there.
there.
Oh, that's right.
Goes
It's
to
out of,
Tri-State.
I got you. Yeah, because CEO was the end of the PGR season, so we probably won't see Tweak for a while, honestly. Like at least at any big things. He might go to Shine actually though.
Okay,
just gonna sit there
Shuton showed up.
and
Oh,
Smash
Shuton
Con.
was third.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Shuton was there.
that's cool.
Didn't
looks-
Shuton actually knock the Buzz into losers?
Really?
Yeah,
I think he did.
Yeah, he
Ooh.
knocked the Buzz into losers. The Buzz had to make a losers run, but I mean, Shuton still lost to him in losers.
Oh well, whatever.
Oh.
Shuton beat him one time. That's a one, man. Look, if I beat ESAM in winners, and then he beats me in losers, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
you
matter.
got to think about it. No, it like totally does because losing and like if you beat someone in winners, like it's a less important set. Like because hey,
I can see where you're coming from because it's kind of
Not for me.
mentally, it's mentally
No.
annoying to like lose to somebody in losers that you know you just winner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I can understand the annoyance, but I'm speaking at a personal. If
Well, I mean-
I would ride that train to retirement. Like,
I mean,
Well,
you have
that's
to consider
different.
it's Shuton. Like Shuton's like actually like
I guess
you
that's
beat
a
zero
good
before.
point. Yeah,
Like,
that's a good
it's
point.
not like you beating like Esam.
Whoa,
which
what does
is,
that
like,
mean?
I mean, do we need to pull up that YouTube clip of or not YouTube
YouTube clip. There's an entire video.
I mean, it was so short.
Brad,
you
that was a
Not
clip. Shit with no video.
All right, so first of all, that was literally like my fourth or fifth tournament. Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
was it? Don't
I had
even
Trevor.
lie.
Okay,
Oh
so I
my
had-
God.
Trevor, my first tournament, I got second and lost to Kai.
Um.
The amount of tournaments you've gone to is no excuse.
So anyway, as I was saying, I had not taken the game seriously at all.
I
So you got-
mean, you just didn't
Oh.
know how to short hop. I don't know if I'd say you didn't take the game seriously.
Why are you putting my business out there? Don't put my business out there to everybody to find out about.
Wow.
Don't post a picture in the chat.
we got receipts, dog. Like we got links.
Dude, that was bad. Let me just talk. Okay, if people, mostly NCSC guys are going to listen to this, so they all probably know. 2016 SmashCon, the Cheese's second big tournament, because I had went to Paradigm that year as well. So I was on a roll, dude. I was ripping through my bracket, dude. I had beat this like really good Ganon, then I beat this really good Ryu, then I beat then I beat this Cloud, and I was like, oh, I win this next game, I play ESAM, and I'm like, cool. I'm gonna play ESAM, get some experience. I didn't expect to beat him, right? And they were like, all right, ESAM and the Cheese to the stream. And I'm like, excuse me? And I asked to not be on the stream, and they were like, sorry, ESAM's been requested to be on the stream. So like I got on stream and I let this man work me for like 2 minutes. That was all it lasted, 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes.
It was awful, bro. It was awful. But you know what? I played him. There's one thing that's really cool. I played him last year at Famicom. And I actually took a stock. Do you know how much that meant to me? I was like, I'm not the same Cheese I was before. But again, I will say that one thing I'm really excited about, I hate to polarize this again, but is Little Mac's new recovery system, dude, with the directional air dodges and the no free fall after side B. Oh my God, dude. I still think he's going to have his problems in the air. I still think you're going to be able to get him. But
Yeah, I don't think his aerials are good.
yeah,
So-
but it's gonna be like, it's not gonna be like, oh, I got hit by a peach racket at 20% and I'm dead. You know, I think it's gonna be a little
I got hit
harder.
by
to-
Cloud near at 20 and died.
Yeah, pretty much.
True
So-
story from this Friday. No, I'm just
So
kidding. It
when
was
I
like
play-
50, but still.
So
The
when
other
I
thing is,
played
go
at
on.
CEO,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
so when I played at CEO, directional air dodging such a good tool. All right. It
Yeah,
helps people who would have problems with landing. Instead of just like, oh yeah, you're screwed. Eat this damage as soon as you land.
yeah. That's the cool thing. I'm looking at this game is because the way the mechanics works, you know, you can do anything out of a dash. The directional air dodging.
Frame 3 jump squat universal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The pace that this game seems to exist on is going to reward people with higher skill and better decision making. In the end,
Yeah.
that's what I think. What it looks like. Okay, again, I know you guys are kind of apprehensive. But I try to look at things optimistic because this is going to be my last Smash game. Because
No, it ain't. Shut
dude.
your ass up.
Yo, actually, I've been thinking about it for a long time because like I'm 26 now, and I was thinking like, oh, this will be my last one.
Melee.
I know. So here's what I said though. I told myself, I was like, why would I just quit if I still had fun, right?
Right.
So I actually came to the decision that if I'm 55 and Smash 83 is out, I'll probably still play it, to have fun. Because I saw a video and it actually really like kind of inspired me. It was this freaking like old lady playing at an FGC tournament. She was playing Street Fighter on
the
a
FGC
Xbox.
grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did all right. I was like, damn, all right, that's me in about 30 years, but
Hell yeah.
I mean, you have to even consider like the top dogs in like traditional fighting games are all old. Like,
yeah.
Alex Bai is like 50 something.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about it because, like, I've noticed it because I'm starting to lose some of my reflexes. But like, I noticed that I have like this ability to stay calm better than like the younger guys, and I know how to like react to what they're doing. So like now, like when I first started, I was like 22 when I first started playing Smash, and like I was like just all reaction, and now I'm much more like reads, like, oh, like you have this bad habit, let me punish this real quick. And I feel like the older you get, you're going to lose your reflexes. It's natural, but I feel like you become less of like a quick reaction guy and more like a chess guy, like a mind games guy. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the player I'd like to be anyway, because I want to get in your head, and I just want to like.
You want this old wise sensei?
Yeah, man. Everybody wants that. I don't think the reaction time is fleeting. Like you're all gonna lose your reaction time. Y'all young now, but drink like me. Drink like I drink, and you will lose it. I promise you.
Bounce your sensei.
Justin, shut up.
Backhand you, Justin. You ever
Justin, it's gonna be like Smash 92, and we gonna still whoop your ass.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna be in a walker, bro. Just cheese. I'm gonna have my colostomy bag and everything. I'm still gonna whoop up on that ass. No. So, what tournaments? Do we have any tournaments we want to talk about coming up that looks like interesting?
For any Wellington players or any Wellington people listening, the Share Stock 2 is going to be this weekend, assuming I get this cut and put out in time.
What date is that?
Share Stock is it's the 14th.
That's Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I wish I had heard about it earlier because I'm going to do a escape room.
Yeah, we know Trevor.
Sorry.
Yes, Trevor. We all know.
August 18th, Clash of the Carolinas. That's another.
Y'all going to that?
I'm probably gonna go. Mrs. Cheese. Listen, this is hilarious, right? So Mrs. Cheese, she had a like a family reunion. So I was like, oh, I can't go. And I was talking to her about it. I was like, yeah, I wanted to go to this tournament because I was trying to make her feel bad and let me go. And she was like, I ain't going to that family reunion. I hate that side of my family. Go on to your tournament. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm going. So I was talking to everybody about it, and everybody was kind of like joking. But for real, we need to think about this. Hear me out, right? Why the heck don't Smash kids rent RVs?
They don't have money.
Well, no, it's not that, but none of them know how to drive.
But let me tell you, Robert, you know how much it costs to rent an RV that sleeps 4 people a night?
How much?
$100.
Okay.
But you can't really just be parking an RV just random places. You have to go to a campsite.
You're not hearing me though, bro. Listen,
Continue.
listen to what I'm telling you, right?
Okay.
There is like so many truck rest stops where you can park your RV and sleep at that are close to venues. Bro, look, this I'm just trying to say.
Any Walmart actually as well too.
Yeah,
Walmart,
people ain't gonna bother you. But the thing is, I'm just saying, like, what? Hear me out, right? So, like, I'm the driver. Everybody in NC knows I'm the driver. Like, I have driven. I drove lazy to Atlantic City, Baltimore, freaking Virginia. That's about it, really. But I've driven like I drive wherever I go. I drive, right? So this would be like the best thing for me as a driver, because I know there's other people out there, like South Carolina, they have drivers, everybody in every scene has like that driver guy. This would be the best thing for us because like literally we could drive, and then if we get tired, instead of having to be like, damn, I got to push on, I could literally be like, hey, yo, you, the person I trust right next to me, I'm going to go back and get like a 2-hour nap. Can you handle this? And this also would extend our travel, like our travel distance. So like you got like, let's say we want to go to Evo. It is a 2-day drive to Evo, right? That's with no stops. But like if you had 2 people, 3 people, 4 people driving, and if you have the self-propelled RVs, you can sleep in them while them things is going, right? So you spend like about $400 or $500, but that's your hotel and your travel, dog.
That's not counting gas, though. Let me tell you.
Look,
gas
Robert,
for an RV is not good. That is
Robert, I
not
need
fuel
you to
efficient.
stop being a naysayer for 5 minutes. And
I'm not saying nay. I'm just
you definitely saying nay.
And we can visit locals.
Exactly. That's another thing. Like you could literally tourney journeys.
Yeah.
Tourney journeys are oh my God, so much fun, dude. I've met so many people in tourney journeys. It's the best.
Yeah, you got to go to those tourneys so you can make the money to pay for the gas.
So if you guys do it, if you're listening and you do it, make sure like one of y'all can win a tournament at a local so you can get that like $80-$90 to throw in the tank so you can keep going.
Wait. What is the gas mileage on the average RV?
I would look it up.
0.75 feet per gallon.
I would look it up, but Lazy told me not to type on my computer, on my keyboard.
Yeah, you're very loud.
Yeah, so.
I think it's pretty like low. My dad has a smaller end one. For like a 4-person one, they're usually like considerably lower.
10 to 20 miles per gallon. That's what the manufacturer suggests.
That's not that bad, actually, considering like 10 to 20. I mean, how big is that tank? So you're probably going to fill up 100, and that'll probably take you like, depending on the gas prices, really. But I do think it's optimal. I do. I really do. I don't know why. Hotel prices are expensive, man. So depending on your hotel, your boy don't hotel. Sorry.
It depends on the tournament, though. Like if you're going to like a Clash or something like small monthly, like you can just get housing from like your boys. But if you're going to like a major where you need a hotel, like it's positive.
Yeah. So if you hear this, get the idea, and then actually do it. Tweet a
let us
picture
know.
at the cheese on Twitter.
Let me know.
And be like, thank you, Cheese, for this idea.
Well, not only that, we could also practice, like, put a setup in the RV. So that's kind of.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing that's nice about the Switch.
This is my man thinking here, bro.
Like, you have to consider like power inverters, or you don't even need a power inverter. You just literally need a USB-C cord, and you can just play your Switch in the car, which means
I'm not even thinking Switch. I'm just thinking Wii U. But yeah, Switch would be even easier.
I mean, well, with Wii U, you can just actually see. Most people don't realize it, but a power inverter is like the best $20 you'll spend if you drive your car a lot, and or I guess don't drive your car a lot. I guess travel to tournaments a lot.
Yeah.
Because literally, it's just. Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna plug my whole setup in because I only need 2 ports, one for the Wii U, one for a monitor, and boom, we're playing a Wii U in the backseat of a car.
Yeah.
I would hope that if we go in an RV with Trevor, that Trevor wears like a little captain hat, like in Meet the Fockers.
I mean, he's definitely going to wear some form of hat. I don't know what though.
I mean, we could force him to wear like an admiral's hat or something and talking pirate or something.
The only thing that I would hope is that y'all musty asses know how to clean up after yourselves in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Especially crap.
Oh, shut up. A lot of places do have like those rest stops do have like showers.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Hell to the no!
Like using truckers.
Like I've been to like campground showers.
I'm back.
Those things are disgusting.
Yeah, campground
I can't even
showers.
imagine like
But
a
what you
rest
could
stop
do,
one.
yeah, they're bad. But like if you think about it, I can't believe y'all are still talking about this. It's a good. I'm just saying, it's kind of something to think about because if you get the ones with the stove in it, bro, you can cook meals. There's so much room in an RV too. So like that's like one of the things I hate about going so far is like that, like when you get out the car and your bones start like cracking back into place, and you know what I mean? Like everybody knows what I'm talking about. And the problem is like I'm so nice. I always offer people So like when we went to Atlantic City, at first it was just gonna be me and Lazy. Because I was like, I want a chance to do doubles with Lazy. Let's do this double Mac thing, right? So I said, yeah, I'm going to Atlantic City to this tournament with Lazy Boredom. And then Moser was like, ooh, can I go? But I had also asked Ian. So I had 2 people in my car. Then Moser asked. And then, was it just you guys?
I believe so.
Yeah, but like they
You're
packed
thinking
my
of the Xanadu trip with
Oh,
Dubler.
No, this is Royal Flush.
The Xanadu trip was bad too, but this one was rough too. But like, and the only reason this was worse because I had to drive farther and in worse traffic. And in Atlantic City, which is like, it's like Moss Eisley's spaceport. Did anybody else get that reference?
I did. Pretty good.
It's a pit of villainy, you know.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay.
That's the only thing I'd worried about with an RV. Like again, like don't get me wrong, like parking, it's not going to be an issue. But like, let's say you're at a venue in like Atlantic City or somewhere in Baltimore, like a convention center venue.
Yeah.
Parking that's going to suck.
Yeah, because you can't park in the city. You're gonna get shot. The cheese rolls strapped though, so y'all good with me.
Oh Lord.
It's something I would think about.
Would you ever do it though? Like this year?
Would I do it this year?
Yeah.
Probably not this year because
Because the Smash 4 is still out.
I'm going. The only tournament I'm going to this year is Shine. That's it. That's the.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry. That's the only like big tournament I'm going to go to because like if you think about it, last year, bro, I went all over the world last year. Not really the world, but I went to a lot of tournaments. Like you got to think. Beginning of the year, we went to what was it? Royal Flush. Then I went to Evo. Then I went to Clash. Then I went to SmashCon. So I did a lot of traveling. Like I went to Vegas. I went to Atlantic City. I went to SmashCon. I said that already, but whatever. So like I just like I kind of took this year as a break because I did a lot of traveling last year and I just didn't have a good experience with it like I did when I first traveled because I realized, especially when I went to Evo, that I enjoyed traveling with my friends because that's let me tell you guys, anybody out there, hold up. She's going to preach to you real quick.
Oh
If
Lord.
you do not travel with friends and you have not met friends with the Smash community, you need to change what you're doing because I tell you right now, the Smash guys that I have met, we have had the most fun trips ever. Like we have done so much.
Yes.
We have a million. I have a million stories I can tell people, and they're the funniest stories. Oh my gosh, Matt Lohman is half of them. So, so you need to travel. And I know it's hard. You know, oh, I don't have no money, bro. There are people in the Smash scene who will do you a solid. Yo, I have literally taken people that I knew that they were kind of like on funds, and I've taken them with me because I was going anyway. So I'm like, you can stay in a hotel room with me. I'm driving up there anyway. Hop in the whip. You can come. There are people that are good out there, I promise you. But you need to travel because it won't only help you develop as a player. It'll help you develop as a person, and that's important. Oh, get out of here! Get out of here!
Just stay out. Oh my god.
I
Oh
kicked
man,
him.
I super muted him.
Wait, what
I
happened?
kicked him.
Betrayed.
Trade join.
He comes in and he's like, hello. Hello. He's like an old man lost in Walmart. Hello.
Is
Hello?
this Google?
It's just Google. Help me find pictures of my grandchildren. Here,
I
I'm
want
gonna-
a Pokemon Facebook.
Oh,
Can
Robert.
you poke him?
Now he's adding me on Discord.
Yeah, I'm letting Robert
I got
do it.
Yeah, I did it.
No, I love traveling with people though, because those are like some of the best memories you'll ever have.
God, it's so much fun, man. I remember it wasn't even a far travel, but me and Javi went to a tournament in Wilmington. We went to that tournament that the Boy Scouts held. We went to a Boy Scouts.
Don't remind me, God.
Oh, that was I remember it was Eagle Smash. I think Bill was
Yeah,
posting it.
I got like second place or something. It was stupid. But that night, me and Javi are hanging out with Julius, but Julius went to bed, and Javi and I were like playing with items and stuff, and we made our own game mode, and it's basically one person plays as Captain America Falcon, and the other person plays as Nazi Germany Ganondorf, and then you have to put the timer clocks on,
like a bunch of them.
Yes, and whenever you get a stomp, you have to say like something in a Nazi accent as Ganondorf.
It was fantastic.
Oh, bro, I
would stomp Trevor so hard, and like I just like yell at him like eat America, eat, you American pig,
you American pig. But it was really funny because like we used the timers, so like when you get stomped, you just get stomped 80 times in a row. But like that was such a small incident, but it has such a that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
I still remember it like it was yesterday because it was such a resounding. So what I'm getting down with y'all is go to your locals. Even look here. Also, I know Smash 4 sucks, guys. I know. I got you.
It does.
Go to your locals, make some friends, because when Smash Ultimate comes out, it's gonna help. Trust me. Just go.
just
It
Bro,
also
I can't
helps,
wait.
yeah, like,
go ahead.
I was just saying, like, having the social glue of like just knowing people, it like makes tournaments so much better because there's that awkward phase where you first go to a tournament and don't really know anybody, and if you're like not super social, you're just kind of sitting there like maybe in front of a setup, maybe, and then you're just like, man, I'm not really having fun. I went 0-2 because it's your first tournament. Sorry, Jared, don't.
I know not everybody's exceptionally good.
We all can't be best players of their character in the world.
Ayo.
Not anymore.
Yeah, Trevor's in here. My bad.
Yeah.
Trevor.
I was actually
Trevor
talking about.
returned from Mars
I was
where he
talk-
belongs.
I was talking about CAC
Oh yeah.
beating Como, baby. Let's go, Mac boy.
It was Como Sonic. It's not important.
But that's what I'm excited about Ultimate though, is that like the community is just gonna be like at its best again. There's gonna be
it's
so many people.
Robert, are you ready for those 70 men weeklies again? You ready for that?
Kind of. Like it's it's going to be something. Like again, we're gonna have so many people.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to pass the torch.
I
No.
mean,
Robert's fine. He can do it.
if I'm working full time, yes, I'm gonna have to pass the torch.
Well,
An
That's
8-hour shift into like running a tournament, like a 70-man tournament.
Oh,
Robert's one of the two people that got me into Smash
Hmm.
because I went to no, the first one is
I
Rosalina.
made you.
Okay, look, there's levels to the cheese, okay? There's the bringing into the community, and then there was the creation, and then there was the peak of the cheese, okay? I'm not going to go over the whole thing.
Imagine like a slice of cheddar.
Exactly. It's
I was gonna say like an onion. It has layers in its mouth.
Damn it.
Stop.
But
Stop.
Robert was at Springs of Smash, I think, wasn't he? Wasn't it Robert we met the first time?
We might have. I don't remember chatting
A
at
few-
Springs of Smash. I really
no,
went to
we
Springs of
didn't-
Smash.
We didn't talk that much, but I know that
my gosh.
I was talking to you, and you were like, "Yeah, we're gonna hold another tournament because this one's closing down in Raleigh at this place at ECG at East Coast Gaming." And I have that was 3 years ago, almost three. That was 3 years ago because it was February at the time.
Yeah,
And me and Robert have been lovers ever since.
from
All right.
time to time on the side we have our spats.
So,
Go on.
oh, continue.
What
What's
you gotta
up,
say?
Justin?
Say something.
No, it's like the first time I actually met Trevor was I was feeling tired before my pool at
Okay.
Paragon Ship, and I slept like in between the bleachers.
That's why they called you Hidden Sleeper.
Yeah, that actually inspired one of my tags back in the day, and all I heard was a doo doo doo, and I woke up, and then I saw cheese.
and then like an angel, Trevor went down from heaven.
What the fuck did you just say? I can't believe you just told that stuff. What made the thumping sound?
You stepping over me without like noticing I was there.
Oh, I think I can actually place look, this is weird. I can place every single one of y'all where I met you, and I remember meeting you. There's only one person in the Smash team I can't do that for, and that's Sammy. I can't. I don't remember. He just showed up one day. I'm
Treeborn
like,
AF for outsiders. Anyways,
Treeborn.
He was born out of thin air.
yeah. Sammy's like half ghost. He's ethereal. He just pops in and out.
So I have a question for you guys. You guys can take it all together or like
Go.
one at a time.
Yes.
What do you guys think about I don't want to say it because it's kind of cliche, but the Bayo defenders and the Cloud defenders? Like when somebody like, I don't do it, but like, you know, the people go on and like, oh, Bayo's so broken, and somebody comes on and they're like, lol, what do you mean broken? Just SDI. Ha 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 ha. God, you're such a baby. The best one I saw was like, I don't think Bayo is killing the community. I think the community is killing the community. Like, what do you guys think about that?
To a certain degree, I understand, like, you have a certain negativity surrounding like just a general like a character, and I feel like in some situations, the people who are looking at it very negatively should probably try to I don't know, like rethink the way they're viewing the game to some degree to where it's not as negative. But at the same time, I feel like the players themselves have a very distinct way of showboating that makes them very obnoxious, that kind of like magnetizes the negativity to them.
So you think it's less of the character and more of like, I'm not going to say any names, but those people who like play the character and they're also, for lack of a better term, assholes.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it too. I think it's also just how, like, it's fine. Like, it's fine if you're like, yeah, she's broken. Like Robert here plays her. She's broken. But it's another thing to just. Oh, sorry. Let me finish real quick.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, go on.
But it's another thing to just be like, let me show off all the time and let me see how good I am. And anytime someone calls into question my ability to play this game, I'm just the best person ever, regardless. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah,
you're kind of bringing it on yourself.
I can kind of understand that because I remember when Bayo first got released, and like Salem was like the only top Bayo that I had really known about. Nobody hated Salem, and he was still doing crazy Bayo stuff, but like nobody hated him because people were complaining about Bayo, but it wasn't like it is now, where like, dude, if you bring up the three Bayos I'm talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. But if you bring up their names, like people like hiss and retreat to their caves. Like Javi, did you want to? Or actually, Robert.
Actually, Robert was.
Robert can go first.
Yeah. So here's the thing that I find really funny about it, at least personally, because again, as Jared said, I main Bayo because Bayo is very clearly the best character of the game. I kind of suck, so I want to give myself a bit of a handicap because et cetera, et cetera.
That's fair.
Like, it's just the like lack of self-admission about how good the character is that kind of bothers me. Like, again, it's okay to admit you play a good character. Like every character, like every viable character in this game has something dumb, right? Like Cloud is the best overall Smash character. He does everything Smash related good. Like Diddy Kong has the best neutral fair. Like pretty much bar none. Like Banana's really good. Mewtwo has all the other stuff, but like, admit what's good about your character, right? It's not wrong to admit what's good about your character. But if they're like, oh no, everybody sucks against Bayo, blah blah blah. It's like you might be a little bit right. Like a lot of people don't have good SDI. That's a complete objective fact. Like even like because I know one thing that was interesting was Anti tweeted something like, hey, he was talking to a fighting game player and they were like, how broken is Bayo? And he's like, yeah, Bayo is pretty broken, but also nobody knows how to SDI properly. So
I kind of agree with you right there. It's almost like like on that level, I do think that a lot of people are bad at fighting Bayo because I'll tell you right now, I don't have that much problem against most Bayos. Now, obviously, if you threw me against a Zach or a Mistake or a Lima, they're probably gonna, give me the work. But I also wanted to step back at that one thing you had said where people should admit when their character is good. And it blows my mind because like we're competing, right? This is a competition. So if somebody's using the best character to win a competition, I'm like, what do you want them to do, right? And if they would just say, I'm using Bayo because she's the best and she gives me the best chance to win. Okay, I got you. Win on, bro. I'll wait until Smash Ultimate comes out.
That's exactly it. Because people need to get over like this. We play this game for money, first of all, so we got to do what we got to do to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I had someone like last week. They're talking about like, oh, I missed your Peach or whatever. I was like, y'all made me like this.
Peach is dead. Y'all killed her.
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, you know what? And it's something that like, especially like mid and like low tier heroes have to like accept at some point, is that you can only take your character so far with the time that you put into it and the knowledge that you have and the confidence and implementation you can do in the game. But, you know, once you hit a certain ceiling that you just cannot seem to pass, you just kind of be like, you know what? I'm going to play the best character in the game. I'm going to be the queen of this damn game.
That's right. I got you.
I'm going to, and I'll own it too. It's like, yeah, I know my character's down, but that's just the way it is. And I'm going to relish that and I'm going to enjoy that. Like, it's kind of like being like a heel in wrestling, you know, like when like the heel will like, you know, they're losing, right? And then they like bust out like a brass knuckle or something and then, you know, pull the tights and steal the match, right? It's like, okay, yeah. But I won though. The referee wasn't looking.
But here's my question in regards to that though.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think does the heel actually complain when people start cheering against him though?
No.
Exactly.
No. And that's the thing that those people like have to let go too, right? Like,
yeah, when the crowd is against you, don't be a baby.
Exactly, because you have to own the fact that you are a heel. And plus the character Bayonetta, like her personality is very much like that too, is being very self-aware, very kind of like, I'm the best, like nobody can touch me, whatever. Hate all you want, you know what I mean?
What blows my mind about the whole like cheering against, like I've been cheered against a couple times, but like every time, I don't know why, I absolutely love it. It is like, it gets me going. At Famicom, my first round, I played this Link, and his friends were standing behind him, and they were all hyped up. They saw me pick Little Mac. They're like, oh man, Little Mac is like the worst against Link, blah, 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 blah. And then I two-stocked this man with Little Mac, and the look of horror on their faces, it was so good. So,
I have a similar story to that because my first CEO, when I was a Genin main, I had a bunch of CFL people around me. So I was like, okay, this guy picked Diddy. I'm gonna lose. I might as well play a different character. So I picked my Lucina, like my day one Lucina. All right.
Mhm.
I continued to go and buy this dude. And like,
did you win?
Yeah, I won.
When was this?
It was CEO 2016.
Okay, continue.
All right,
Okay, yeah, go.
But it actually started off pretty rough because I lost the first stock and like their friends were like popping off and I was already in losers from like a really sad match round one.
Okay.
But from there I was like, I'm not gonna lose to this. I'm gonna send this guy home. And I like continued to buy this man and come back on him.
Mm-hmm.
And like the fact where I heard like the cheering got louder and louder, but then as soon as I took the last stock, it just went silent.
Right.
As this boy was out of the tournament. Like you gotta use that negativity and turn it into fuel. All right.
Right.
I think that also comes with maturity.
Right.
And understanding that you can't always be the good guy. You know, not everybody can always be the good guy. In fact, you're always technically the bad guy. Because whenever you play somebody else, in their story, they're the protagonist. So when you beat them, you're the bad guy. And that's, you know, and it's not bad to be the bad guy every once in a while, you know. Right. I've ruined some seasons. I'll say that fairly. And you know, I love it. You know, it's fantastic. You know, I'd love to ruin some more seasons in Smash Ultimate, which I plan to. definitely plan to ruin some seasons.
The plan shouldn't be to ruin seasons. The plan should be you losing ruins your season. That's where you should be thinking.
Well, here's the thing, Robert, is the cheese is a character, obviously. You all know me. I don't act like the cheese I portray sometimes, but like that is something I don't think the world is ready for. Dude, I'm not even joking, bro. I'm being 100. Because could you imagine? Like, okay, I want y'all to think about this. Right, top 5 in the world is the cheese right now. Okay, the cheese beats 0. The cheese tweets at 0. 0. You are a little bitch. I hate your face, and you smell like Dookie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would do stuff like that, and I would feel awful. But at the same time, I'd be like, I can do what I want because nobody can beat me. You are lucky I'm humble right now. This is humble cheese you're dealing with.
You're humble, but that's the thing, right? Like, we don't have personalities in like Smash 4 as much. Like,
that's a good point.
That we really don't like. And that's just one of the problems. Like, and I think it comes with a younger player base, and that's like why the showmanship is seen like because I've seen like mixed things on like the Bayo showmanship. Because, as an example, let's say, people think like, again, and it's really just how they portray themselves. Like Captain Zack, as an example, generally I have a little bit more positive, like people saying positive things about them than like Lima or like, I forgot the other Mistake. That's the other one.
Yeah, Mistake and Lima. Those are like the twin Bayos right now.
But that's the thing. Like we don't have any personalities. Like if you look at Melee, and it's a lot of how our scenes are like, I don't want to say our scenes, but like, the Melee documentary helped a ton with this. Like in Melee, who Mango is, who Armada is, to not like HBox, to like, still cheer for Mewtwo King, even though he's not doing great. Feel like these people, but like, tell me why, as someone who's never really looked at the game, why I should cheer for like the Buzz.
Yeah, no, I understand because he's kind of like a. I love Buzz too because I've talked to Buzz. He's a really cool guy, but he's like a stick on a log. Like he's kind of just dull. I feel like, and Javi is a bigger wrestling fan than I am. But Javi, would you even consider wrestling if they didn't come out there and do like the big peacocking and like the big strutting around? It'd be pointless. Let me tell you. And it's not like you have to be crazy about it. So the person who I image the cheese off of is The Rock. And if you don't know who The Rock is, you need to stop sleeping under one and go watch some 90s wrestling. So if you ever watch The Rock, when he walks out, he doesn't do anything. He'll just stand there and then he'll look to the left and everybody's freaking out and going crazy. And it's not like he has to do a lot. It's just because his presence and the way he shows up and what he says is just so big and so showy that he is like great. And I feel like these Smash 4 kids, I feel like they can get there, but I like you said, Robert, I do feel like it's the age gap.
All right, so I'm gonna talk this from a business standpoint. All right.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, a lot of our top players are straight up boring. All right.
Yep.
They are present. They show themselves as just boring people. I'm not gonna say that to them like they're personally boring, but the way they present themselves is straight up boring. And the thing about esports is you're not there to play to win per se, because most of the money you're getting is
your sponsors
from advertisement. Yeah.
Right.
So you like if an advertiser would look at somebody who maybe made top 8 every time but lost, but when they got out there, they did like, they put on a show, they got eyes on him. They might look at him before they look at the guy who wins every tournament. That's a boring,
stick on a log. Yeah.
Yeah. It totally makes sense to me.
Like, and that's the problem. And that is the problem with Smash 4. And it's something I hate about the Smash 4 community, because like when somebody just tries to develop a personality, it's either like totally cringeworthy because they
But there's like some
Go
improvement.
keep going. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Like I like Light a lot because he has such charisma.
Yeah, and he has so much energy, dude. Like
Yeah.
he gets up and he pops off, and you gotta pop. He's almost like Gale. Gale is another good example because when Gale pops off, like when he beat Waddy, oh my god, that man popped off like it was a good pop
Beat
off.
chest is like
Yeah, like up there, like Or when he was playing Promelia, you can still look up this clip. When he took that game off Promelia, and I'm like, "Let's go, Gale." He turns it, looks at me, and he runs his thumb across his neck. I was like, "Oh, that was beautiful."
Not only did he do that, he wasn't up a game. He was actually down 2 games.
Yeah, he was still down 2 games when he did that. Like he was like, "This man is mine." I downloaded, and then he won it. Like, bro, you can't. That was picture perfect. Wow.
Now compare that to people like who's really bad at this. Tweak is horrible at this.
Yeah, he's pretty bad at it.
Oh my gosh. From a business standpoint, I would never sponsor Tweak.
It's not.
He's like the top. I get he's super skilled, but the way he presents himself, oh my god!
Not even like in a entertaining kind of way, but like his Twitter. And you're talking to the guy who Tweak used to be my favorite, and then I don't know what happened, but like now I actually unfollowed him because I was like, dude, I can't look at this anymore, dude. Like
I did the same with Locust.
I think a lot of
Locust is different though, right? Because I mean, anyway,
the slow fall of Locust was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Anyways, Robert,
I think a lot of it is like the Tweak is also like, remember like that tiny like or that whiny like top tier player syndrome I mentioned. Like Tweak is like the epitome of that. Because Tweak is like, he plays Bayo, he plays Cloud, but it's like, everybody liked him before because he was the Bowser Jr. It's like, Bowser Jr., that's Tweak, But then he moved to top tiers, which, he was still like well liked when he played Cloud, and then he's still playing Bayo, again. Character in the game, I don't blame anybody for playing Bayo whatsoever. But that being said, it's like he does that, and then he's like complaining about people like, saying like that they don't like him, and then he's like, and again, he's young, so he's frustrated about a loss. He goes straight to Twitter to complain, and that's part of the personality thing, right? Like, because back in the day, like I don't know if you remember this, but like Zero wasn't well liked as a personality, like back in the day, because like he like one popular tweet of Zero's that I remember like seeing, and I'm like, wow, this guy's our best player, this is our best representative. Was he's like, if you play Lucario and you win, I have no respect for your skill. After I think he dropped a game to a Lucario, and it's like, wow, that's not a good look.
I still don't like him.
And no, Zero actually got much better. Like I think this.
He actually has. I think he has gotten better too.
Oh, no, he definitely has. It's because like he's able to stream and he's able to like represent his personality more accurately. Like, if like as an example, Tweak is just purely a competitor. Tweak plays this game because he wants to be the best at it, and I mean that's to some extent everybody, right? But like he doesn't like he hasn't like focused on like making a personality or anything like that because it's just he's young. He's very young, and also it's like.
Well, he ain't that young now. He's an adult. He's in his 20s, and
I also think it shouldn't be 18. I don't think it should be so hard to like create a personality. Like, I'm gonna go back to one of my favorite entertainers of all time, The Rock. If you know history about The Rock, his name used to be Rocky Maivia, and he used to be a villain. Like he was like the antagonist. Like he was a butthead, right? And one day, like he was getting booed, and he picked up the mic and he said, "I'm just gonna do me." And he like literally, he says The Rock is just like his inner ego coming out, right? So I feel like that is how you should develop a personality. While like I do imitate The Rock, some of what I say is just like how I actually feel, like, or like, it's a little amped up, I turn it up to 11, but I feel like it's not hard to like, just get a little energy, get a little oomph behind what you want to say sometimes. And I feel like people will respond,
Yeah. One thing though, The Rock started out as a babyface and then he turned heel, and that's when he became famous. But, so you got that completely wrong.
You're right. I'm sorry.
But question for everybody. So, hypothetically speaking, I play like a PGR player, and I win, but it's with Bayonetta. Would you cheer?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's because you're my boy. Like, if I can be fully
That's the
honest,
reason. Yeah.
There's some people that will have hesitation to cheer. I know who those people are.
well, so that's one thing that actually pissed me off really, really bad at what's it called, Paradigm. Like Curtis, Curtis versus what's it called, Nova Pixel. He was up and like I was starting a Stack It Up chant because Curtis is in North Carolina. I'm a again, it's
I
like
remember that.
and like only like 2 or 3 other people like joined in on that, and that like was really irritating to me because
Let's stack it up, baby.
let's stack it up. Like, say what you want about like his character, say what you want about that. It's our boy in state versus an out of state player.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's not even about him at that point. That's literally about the state, and you gotta and like literally North Carolina is known for stack it up, and if you give a weak stack it up, bruh, that's sad.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard me cheer, but I go in like
Yeah, you do. You lose your voice.
yeah. So the
This
fact that
little
like
5 foot nothing with his like loud ass voice.
like nobody went in like cheered along with me, and again it's our state versus like an out of state player, who doesn't like our state to begin
Oh
with.
yeah. Oh god. He still hates me.
Oh gosh, Xanos.
Yeah, he still hates me. Ugh.
But there is that like I feel like there's almost this kind of like we cheer for our boys, but like it's kind of like you take the state and you break it up into a bunch of little like circles, right?
It's kind of
And,
like
like-
that now.
Yeah.
But we don't cheer for like the overall state. We just cheer. Oh, let me look. Is that my boy? Is that not my boy? Oh, let me think about it. Like you know what I mean?
Which is great
Mhm.
because when I first started, it wasn't like that. Like it didn't matter like who it was. Like we were cheering that person on. But I will agree with you that it does seem to be that point now where like if they're not part of this certain circle, they're not really gonna
Right.
watch you play. Like I feel
Right.
like, well, that's not fair for me to say. I feel like everybody in the state would watch me if I played a PGR player. But
Yeah.
like certain people, I feel like they probably wouldn't watch just because they're like, that's not really my boy. I'm gonna go over and get some food or something. But
Yeah.
and I feel like that's stupid because again, we're all supposed to be friends. We may have fights sometimes, but we're all friends at the end of the day. So
Not friends.
shut up, ugly.
Family.
Oh,
Wow.
so I don't want.
God.
I don't want to be related to you either, honestly. So
But see, that was my problem with it, really, because there were so many people watching that set too, and like people didn't join in. Like,
yeah, that's weird.
I'm
Also,
sorry.
some of the other
Honestly,
some of the younger guys, they don't like to get hype either, man. They don't. It's
Yeah,
like
they don't.
they just like they're like, I don't want to do that. It's weird. I'm like, bro, like I need you to go take some testosterone boosters like now and get
I mean,
get them up.
part of the personality thing to that, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
is, isn't it?
Because that's drawing attention to yourself.
Yeah.
That's my.
Oh, go on.
Oh, it's just a short thing. That is my biggest hope for Smash Ultimate. That like everybody just like stops being lame and just develop their own personality. Like most people, I know a big thing in FGC is like no matter what your personality is, even if you like clash with each other, and I actually do want to see more people like have clashes of egos
Yeah.
because
Right.
that's entertainment and that's money.
That
I will say that I remember it was a clip at it was the same set I was talking about earlier, Promelia and Gale, and it was just Roll With It 5, and it's like one of the most watched clips on the Zenfu channel, and it's when like Gale takes a game, I think the first game he took, and then you just hear somebody yell "Victory Screech," and everybody does "Oh no 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 no." Like everybody in North Carolina in that room did it. It was so loud. I don't think that would happen now. I think it would-
no, it would.
It depends. Like a lot of it is, again, it's of the states, again, we've kind of like settled in on it. Like we're a little bit smaller. Plus, it's also like, I don't know. I don't think that like I cheer for it pretty much if it's a North Carolina player and you're up, against someone, I'm cheering for you.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I don't care if like you have said bad things to me. I don't care if you dislike me. Like because I remember one of my first stories actually of cheering for someone was this was before anybody knew who AK was. His tag was Buttercup at the time, and he was like a notoriously like he was bad on Discord. Like I was like, wow, this guy is really annoying. I don't want to see this guy. But he was playing versus a Florida player named Eden, and he like took a game like because Eden like SD'd, and I just yelled, "Let's go, Buttercup!" right behind him, and Eden like shot me this glare, and I was just cheering the whole time behind him, and he won, and it was like I didn't really know him too well at that point, but guess what? Like I still cheered for him, and that's
He's an
like
NC boy, yeah.
and that's kind of my problem with it. Like at the very least, from the perspective I'm saying from.
Now, so one of the magical things about like fighting games in general is, and it's been said, it's been said a lot in the FGC, and I make a lot of mirrors because FGC and Smash because in my eyes they're the same thing. But
Not everybody agrees with you.
be quiet. Oh yeah, you're right, but still be quiet. You will meet that person, and you will and a lot of the times, like even if you're like embrace each other a lot, if they hate you, that's all right because eventually you guys will be in the, around each other that you become you form a kind of kinship around each other because
Uh-huh.
I
What
have
you're saying is more of a respect thing as opposed to actual like friends. You can still be enemies but respect each other.
Exactly.
Right,
Like it's
right.
fine to like have disagreements. Like there's some people in the state that I don't really want to spend more than 15 minutes around, but it's okay. Like to me, to respect that they're good at the game, or that they're trying their best. And when they're playing somebody good out of state, I should probably cheer them on.
like I'm gonna be
Right.
honest.
Right.
When I first met Diet Soda, I didn't like him, but the more I hung out with him, like, oh man, this guy's cool, pretty cool. Like now, I would say we're friends now.
Yeah, Curtis is good people, man.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say I love your dramatic pauses.
You know who I hate? Jared, though.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts on the kind of end player state cheering thing?
I think like you just gotta cheer unequivocally because what happens is it causes a chain reaction where like, oh, they're not gonna cheer for my boy, I'm not gonna cheer for their boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's
y'all
true.
just gotta unequivocally just cheer for the state, especially if they're up against an out of state player.
Yep, facts.
Definitely. Like again, like people cheered for like all sorts of people they didn't like. I mean, like so I don't see why you wouldn't cheer now.
We used to cheer for stingers.
Yeah.
All I'm saying
Yeah.
is one big tribe is better than a bunch of little tribes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I really am mad that Scrappy did not get to go face Tweak on stream at SmashCon because I would have started the loudest Scrap It Up like
Oh yeah, that would
on
happen.
this planet.
Later.
You had one job, Scrappy.
All right. I think.
No, how was I supposed to know they actually seeded my pool bad?
I mean, it's
Oh.
SmashCon.
Yeah.
And I played somebody really good at round one.
Ah.
My
Yeah.
other rounds was like, oh yeah, this guy's kind of bad. Okay.
All right. We'll talk about SmashCon seating and respect and all that next time. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time. Or
Maybe
you'll listen to us next time. Maybe you'll see us. I don't know.
I won't.
Oh, boy.